is your planet, but it may not always look like it. In fact, in the near future, it may look something like this. And it's all due to climate change. Can we stop it? Definitely. So what exactly is climate change? Well, climate change is a dangerous thing that sooner or later affects us all. The main contributors to this dangerous phenomenon are greenhouse gases, such as methane and carbon dioxide. Gases like these trap heat from the sun in the Earth's atmosphere, which causes a natural rise in temperature known as the greenhouse effect. This difference of temperature may be generally minor, but it can still have a pretty major effect on the environment. Polar ice caps will melt, causing floods. Coral reefs will die out, and people and animals will just have to adapt to the new environment. No matter what your thoughts on climate change are, you should know that there are several parts to it. There are many factors that contribute. Another big issue that is a part of climate change is pollution, primarily caused by the mass of fossil fuel remnants leaking into the air. Naturally, many have tried to do something about this issue and others concerning climate change, but only a few political leaders have been outspoken.
Climate change is real. Climate change is caused by human activity. And climate change is already causing devastating problems throughout our country and, in fact, throughout the world.
The pace of melting is only getting faster.
We would be setting the planet on a path to disasters.
Did you know that we as a planet emit more than 40 billion tons of carbon annually? 1 million kids could stop more than 1,200,000 tons of carbon from going into the air by recycling just 50% of all recyclable materials. If 1 million families drove 15 fewer miles every week, this would prevent 450,000 tons of CO2 from going into the air. And if 1 million kids turned off the TV and computer for 2 hours a day, this would stop 555,000 tons of carbon emissions. There's more. You can walk or ride your bike to school or work. Turn off the car instead of idling. Speaking of cars, you may want to get a hybrid or energy-efficient car. Recycle and reuse. Replace incandescent bulbs with fluorescent. Unplug things when you're not using them, plant trees, and eat less meat. There's so much you can do. But what have we already done? What has the government done? Actually, not much. That's because a lot of people don't believe in or care about climate change.
I think that there'll be little change here. It'll go up, it'll get a little cooler, it'll get a little warmer like it always has for millions of years. It'll get cooler, it'll get warmer. It's called weather.
Let's talk about deforestation. Too many of the products we use require paper. It's a very big problem. And although 30% of the Earth's land is still covered by forests, swaths of forest the size of Panama are lost every year. That's why some places have limits to how many paper towels you should use, the limited number usually being 2. There's also fossil fuels. They're used in almost everything. Fuel for various vehicles, ingredients in medicines and plastics, toothpaste, shoes, sunglasses, tires, TVs, rubber, you name it. So a huge number of products wouldn't be available without fossil fuels. Let's play around with a hypothetical. Could we counteract global warming if everybody in the world turned on their air conditioners and refrigerators full blast and left the doors open? Sadly, no. Now first, the world's supply of air conditioners and refrigerators isn't nearly enough as what you might think it is by looking around your neighborhood. These things aren't free. You see, someone has to produce the electricity that these things use, and this production actually gives off a lot of heat. That heat is usually in the form of fossil fuels, which go up into the ozone layer and actually make it worse. Honestly, we haven't done much yet to counteract climate change, and if we don't act quickly, the damage will soon be irreparable. As President Obama said in his 2016 State of the Union address, when the Soviet Union went into space, We didn't deny Sputnik was up there. We entered and won the space race. The same thing applies to climate change. In conclusion, we should not deny climate change and should take action against it. We will be keeping future generations safe. So, as I hope you have seen in this video, climate change is the most dangerous threat facing our world. We must take action against it to, once again, save future generations. Thanks for watching.